I'm excited to share the constellations with you all. So since the ones up there we are not able to see them, I'll just be spelling them out as he said. So let's start with this constellation right here. So this constellation, Apus, A-P-U-S, you can't really see it because it's more to the side, but that means footless. And its name is something from Latin. I kind of forgot. I'm not usually good at remembering a lot of stuff at a time. So that's another reason why I'm kind of nervous to be doing this. But I do remember most of the constellations, and I even have some notes right here just in case I forget. So we also have the zodiacs, and we should all know them, but I will be talking about them anyway, just in case you don't. So this one, Musca right here, this means fly. It is the southern fly. And also for this one, I'm pretty sure there was a northern fly, which is now another constellation. And I'm pretty sure that one is Aries. Okay. For crux right here, if you can see this means it's the smallest out of all 88 constellations. And not all constellations are shown up here, only like about, I don't know, just some of them. So I'm not going to be able to talk about every constellation, just the ones up here. So this is the Southern Cross. This next one, Centaurus, I am pretty sure this is Sagittarius because I don't think there's a constellation that has Sagittarius, so I'm pretty sure this is Centaurus. And Sagittarius is the zodiac. Okay, I guess we can do a little bit up here. We have Hydra, also kind of hard to see. If you can see it, I hope you can. This is the largest constellation. It means the water snake. And if you guys are interested in myths, I do have one about Hydra. So if you're ever interested. Okay, a little bit down here, we have Amiyah. This means the air pump. Its original name is Amiyah pneumatica, I'm pretty sure. And if I pronounce any of these constellations wrong and you know I did, go ahead and let me know so that I can correct my mistake. Okay, so these next three I'm talking about we're all part of a ship. So this one right here, Vela, if I pronounce that correctly, it is, I'm pretty sure, I gotta check because I forgot. This was the sails of the ship. And for Puppis over here, Puppis, this was the stern of the ship. I'm not quite sure what that is, and for Carina over here, this was the keel of the ship. And all these constellations, they were originally a larger constellation called Argo Navis, and it was split up into 3 smaller constellations, which I just explained. So for this one over here, you can't see it, Volans, Volans. It is the flying fish, even though fish can't fly. So next constellation, this one over here, you can't see it though because so it's Canis Major, and Canis Major is one of the guard dogs or hunting dogs for Orion, and I hope you are all familiar with that constellation. Most people are. So Orion, also over there, it's actually the Hunter constellation. And there's another guard dog, a smaller one, Canis Minor. So Canis Minor and Canis Major are the hunting dogs for Orion. and Canis Major is bigger than Canis Minor. Okay, so for Mensa over here, you can't see it, MENSA. That means the Table Mountain. It is named after a mountain in South Africa. I'm pretty sure it is pronounced Mont Mente. Oh, South America, not South Africa. So for this one over here, Monoceros, Monocros, it is the unicorn constellation. So, okay, so for a constellation that's up there, you definitely cannot see that. We have Auriga, Auriga, which means the cariotear. The cariotear, however you pronounce that, is what directs the chariot, what people used to ride in the old days. So it is either the driver or the director for the chariot. And it has one of the brightest stars on its shoulder, where this cariotear's shoulder is supposed to be. So for another one, we have Sirius, the dog star. The dog star, also kind of well known, if you know it. It may be associated with the dog days of summer. For this one over here, Lupus, that is the wolf constellation. Yeah, you can't see it, but Lupus. And maybe I can make a couple of videos on YouTube explaining more about the constellations, because I don't think I'll be able to provide a lot of information, especially me being kind of nervous. I just want this to go by quickly because I don't usually like talking in front of a crowd. It kind of gets me all nervous, and it's my first time doing this, so I don't have experience in talking in front of people. And this is just, so for this next one, sextons.
Keep it up with this. You're lovely.
You are. For first time on mic, I never really opened mic much, and by the way, I'm Ara. So never mind. I never open mic much, only when I say wholeness at the end or at the beginning of Tribe Vibes. But I came here to see and appreciate what you've done, being encouraged by everyone here to do this, and I love all this knowledge. Thank you, Wholeness.
Thanks, everyone, because all your support, it gives me the courage to keep going, so thanks. Okay, so for this next one, crater is, I forgot again. So crater, I'm pretty sure, is I gotta check because I'm not that good at remembering a bunch of stuff. I had to like write down a bunch of constellations, and I was also like freaking out thinking I wasn't gonna do good. So this is the cup. Crater is the cup in Latin. It is associated with a story, like a myth. If you guys ever want to hear that, let me know. So yeah, this is the cup. And Corvus is Apollo's sacred bird. Apollo was a god in Greek mythology. So actually, these three constellations right here, Hydra, Corvus, and Crater, they're all associated with a myth and all in the same one. So again, I will gladly be sharing that if you would like it. So over here we have Norma. So Norma is just like the normal. It means normal. And it is also known as the carpenter's square. So chameleon down here, you cannot see that because the camera view, but chameleon is like a chameleon, like the animal. Okay, so over here we have Ara, which is the altar, ARA, It's the altar over here. So more up here, we have serpents. So serpents and serpents caput, they are basically like the same constellation. Serpens is the tail and serpent's kappa is the head. And this is for a serpent. Okay, more up here we have, let me just, okay, all the way up there, pretty high, we have Draco. That is for dragon, and this is constellation. It is circumpolar. So circumpolar, that means it never sets below the horizon in certain places. Okay, so next we
By the way, very quick, let me open my, it's Draco.
Okay, thank you for correcting me. So Draco. Okay, so we have Bootes. I'm pretty sure that's what it's pronounced. It's kind of a diamond shape. It's all the way up there, Bootes. It is the herdsman, and it's another large constellation. So, for something over here, Pictor, Pictor, if you cannot see that, that is the painter's easel, and it also is like the painter's easel and the palette. Also over here, Columba is the dove. So up here we have a lynx, kind of based off the animal. The reason why it is called lynx is because it took the eyesight of one to see it, because it is a pretty faint constellation. So next we have Coma Berensis. I do not know how to pronounce that. So for that one, let me see if I wrote it down, because I didn't write all of them down just because I forgot to. It's just with writing all of these, and I forgot that some of them were up there. So hopefully I wrote this down, or if I looked some of it up, which I sadly did not. But I will be able to provide that, the information for that, later on. Maybe in another video. I will post it on Tribe so you guys can see more of the constellations, since I am not able to name them all in this presentation. So I'm just going to go on and go to one of the zodiac signs. So Gemini, we all know Gemini, I'm pretty sure. That is the twin zodiac. That zodiac represents the twins. And Cancer represents the crab. So we have Leo up there, which represents the lion, and Leo Minor, which is like a smaller lion. So we also have Ursa Major, a constellation a lot of people are familiar of. Ursa Major is like the Great Bear, and its child, Ursa Minor, is like the smaller bear. And Ursa Major is believed to be the mother of Ursa Minor. So we also have Virgo. I am pretty sure that that zodiac means, I don't know what it means, but it's something. I'll also be able to tell you guys that later in another video. Maybe I'll post it on Tribe. So over here, Libra, which means the scale for balance. Okay, so over here, Corona Borealis, it's kind of hard to spell, Coronaborealis. That means the northern crow in Latin. And there's, I'm pretty sure, another one, the southern crow, which is Corona Australis. And this is a small but pretty recognizable constellation. So we also have Hercules. Hercules is a constellation that is representative of a fighter, I believe. And I don't know much about Hercules, but I do know that it belongs in a family called the Hercules family with constellations, because all these constellations, they're separated into families. So it's a part of the Hercules family. Okay, so for this next one, if I can pronounce it right, because this one's pretty hard to pronounce. Pyxis, I'm pretty sure, Pyxis. This is the mariner's compass, and it is thought to be the compass that directed the ship, of which I already explained, the Argo Navis ship. So it was thought to be the mariner's compass for that ship. And for this next one, Scorpius, that is for the zodiac sign Scorpio. And we're actually almost done with all the constellations. For some of them, I couldn't study them because I forgot to. I thought I had all of them down, but I apparently don't. So again, I will be making a video about more of the constellations if you ever want some. You could leave a suggestion for more constellations. So I'm pretty much done with that. So yeah.